What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mello coming at y'all with another video. And I ain't gonna lie, this topic is for y'all and for me because I feel like it's kind of for me because I have proven success of doing these said things that I'm gonna talk about. This said thing I'm gonna talk about, and I just think you got to do it this way. So the reason you haven't accomplished your goals, bro, is simply because you just haven't been putting in the work. And I'm not even gonna just say putting in the work because I also seen something earlier just now before recording the video about how the grind, people telling us the grind is about the grind and doing certain stuff is useless. And he said this because it was a quote in the video that he said, and I can't remember his name right now. Sorry, bro, if you've seen this. I'll shout you out if I can remember when I get done with the video. But he said that the problem is we make the grind so hard instead of just, the thing is you need to stop doing stuff that ain't helping you and just do what helps you. Pretty much saying like the grind ain't hard, you just need to stop BSing. Like, okay, if you know all you do is lust, you know what I'm saying? Go do you know what with yourself. You know, I ain't even gonna explain all that. You know you're gonna do that and you know you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, go do anything that just ain't benefiting you, smoking, drinking, all that. You know it don't benefit you. You know it don't help you get closer to your goals, but you still keep doing it. There goes the problem. And I know I can say that maybe some people say it's not that easy to give it up. Yeah, it's not easy, but it's also not hard to try, bro. One step at a time. But I realize once you kind of get into some addictions, it's hard to get out of them. But you got to be the one to become disciplined. That's how you learn. That's the first step of discipline, if you ask me. Like, it's certain select things that you just got to do in the first step of discipline, and that's one of them. For me, I just know I've been procrastinating, and not even procrastinating to say, I've been putting in work, but not as much work as I can. And I feel like what my problem with is when it's come to grinding or chasing, not even chasing, just trying to accomplish my dreams, is that I put in the work, and then it's two sides to it. I either put in the work and then I spend a lot of time also doing things like my hobbies or like playing the game. And then there's another side. So it's like a 50-50 balance, and I feel like it shouldn't be 50-50 if you're trying to grow and get further in life. But then there's another balance where I'm like 95% what I need to do and 5% what I want to do. And then when it comes to that percentage, though, it's more so like I start to get drained out more, and I feel like I'm killing myself and like frying my brain and messing with my mental and my physical when I do that. And then it makes me drain myself so much that I start stressing, feeling like I'm not getting anywhere. Not even that I'm not getting anywhere, that I'm not doing enough, or that I'm just doing so much that I feel like I need results to vary faster. And you can do stuff in the grind like that, but don't kill yourself in the grind. I feel like that's something I do, is make myself like suffer in the grind. And that's why people be saying that, but you're not supposed to do that, bro. Like, oh, them sleepless nights where I slept 3 hours, nigga, you're killing yourself. Nigga, you say you go to the gym every day, but you're not getting no proper rest. Your muscles are not growing at all, gang. Your muscles, and they're growing not at the rate or the success that they could be, though. So yeah, get your proper sleep, do all those things. But when you in your day, I see this a lot. People say do an 8-hour split. 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work or school or whatever, and then 8 hours of, you know what I'm saying, you know, your hobby, you know, schoolwork, catching up on stuff. So my 8 hours would be include coming home from work. You know what I'm saying? That cuts into that time. Doing these videos, doing videos for other channels, or, you know, studying for exams and certifications. I feel like all that stuff helps out a lot. And you just got to be willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? And something that I'm starting to realize also is that I just got to keep putting my foot forward. Yes, I love content, but it's outside. I want to have a life on both ends. Say if I do want to go content full time, I believe that I know I can do it. But I also want to know that I don't have to rely strictly to come to content for just making my finances, which I don't do that now. So I already know it's proven track record that I can do it without content. But I want to do it in the sense of both, right? And I feel like for me, I've been avoiding the grind. I know what it takes. I went through I went through a tech program where I had to really put in work for 3 months. I didn't really play the game like that. I played it here and there. I didn't really like. I probably had my couple of days where I played the game for a couple of hours or a lot of hours, but I never played the game too long. I never played. You know what I'm saying? I never really did too much. And if I did play, it was on the weekends only, and I was okay with that. But I realized too that like I did that so much that at some point I was starting to burn out, and I didn't really know how to balance. My problem is balance. And it don't have to be 50 balance, but I don't know how to 65-35. But I only know 99 1% type balance. And that's not even balance. That's off balance, very off balance. You know what I'm saying? 50-50 to the 55-45 range. That's decent balance, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So when you come to life, bro, make sure you put in more time in the things that matter for you or the things that you want. Like for me, reading has become one of the most fun things to do for me. It just has to be in a select setting and time when I do it. I have to be at peace in an area where it's super quiet and chill to want to do some reading. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I ain't really been, reading right now because I'm recording, which sounds crazy for me to be saying. But, so I read all my books, Think and Grow Rich. I've been reading, and it teaches so many valuable lessons. Yeah, people going to say, does it teach you how exactly to make money? If you ask me, yeah. It takes you what type of mindset you need if you want to make money or if you want to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks that everything come easy, and I thought that too until I went through hardships and realized I could get out on the other side of them hardships. But my issue right now is I keep trying to duck and dodge them. But I realized too that I keep trying to duck and dodge these things, but I've seen the blueprint from other successful people that them putting in the work early, the result varied later down the line. There's no given time frame on it, but the results vary down the line. Now, I will be honest. A lot of people say this, and I know there are some people that do it, but there's no person that's gonna like stay down for 10+ years. There's not a lot of people that stay. I'm gonna say a lot of people. There's not a lot of people that stay down for 10+ years for their certain dreams or goals. They just give up on it after like a year or a couple of months if it don't go the way they expected. And I could have done that with this content journey millions of times, but I realized with this content journey that I'm bound to be successful. I'm bound to be a great content creator. I'm bound to, make a better place for content creation or just the world overall. And I have to take my baby steps. That's one thing also, bro. I said this in another video. 1% a day is better than nothing. So the fact that for me is, even if I read 5 pages out of my book, I feel like I did what I said. Even if I study for an hour a day, I did a little bit of what I said. Even if I record one video in a day, I still did 1% because sometimes I come home from work, I don't feel like doing nothing. I'll be super drained and tired. But guess what? I still get up and do it, man. So I love our girls and boys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and just stay up, bro. You gonna achieve what you want, but the reason you haven't done it is because you just haven't really stepped up and become that person you want, and you haven't cut off just things you just shouldn't even be doing in your life anyway. Boy Melo's out, man. Peace.